Jackson. And the Los Angeles Chargers taking on Derek Carr and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led by their now 30-year-old quarterback in his 8th season in the NFL. It's Derek Carr. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 13 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On play action, it's Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The Carr's throw taken in by Green here. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a handoff, Edwards. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or 2 short. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard. But it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They're led out by the NFL's MVP from 2019, now in his 4th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards. So make it 2nd and 5. Charger football to start quarter number 2. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Jackson now. Got a man. That's Lazard. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Now Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Jones. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, They just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. I think that's Mack who's still down. Yeah, it is. Mack apparently shaken up there. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the half in a 3-3 ball game. Just a pair of field goals to this point. More from L.A. in a moment. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing now is Carr. Finding Green complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On play action, now Carr. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And down inside the 15 he goes. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll look to run with Edwards. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. Carr now to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Neville Gallimore. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Green's got it over the middle. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Butker's kick here is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He completes this to Russell Gage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Jones with a nice burst there on first down as he'll be taken down, but not before a gain of 7 yards.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now it's Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, it's Jones. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. This is caught. It's Cooks. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Going to try and throw on third down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Jackson. And that's complete to Cooks. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson eluding the pressure right. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd down and goal. Jackson caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Jackson. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Dwayne Smoot, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Rosas' kick is good, and they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. More from L.A. in a moment. Meanwhile, Carr's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Carr. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Carr's throw into the hands of Hooper. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He's got Hooper on the short connection. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Carr to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Throwing his Carr. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Carr. Over the middle, he's got Shenault. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And this is going to be incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Second down at 7. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just